So we are live. Go ahead.
Hello everyone, good evening. So welcome back to this class. Last we met on Wednesday evening. So I want to ask how everything has been going. I hope we've been able to catch up on what we've done on Monday and Wednesday. So today's class is actually meant to be like a feedback class. If you have any questions, if you have anything you want me to go over, I will just go over them in today's class. So it's basically like a question and answer. And in the end, I'll be giving an assignment for the week. So anybody that has any question, you can unmute and tell me if there's anything at all you want me to go over again today. So for um whilst people are thinking, if you go to the repo, you notice that I've made some updates, not really updates done. So you'll notice that there's an assignments branch. So in your clone version on your computer, you can just check out to this assignment branch. So I have that right here. Then if you run npm run dev, you should have this updated UI. So there's not really much difference. It's just these two buttons here, which I'm going to be explaining later. So yeah. So does anybody have any questions from the last two classes that we've had? Welcome back, Chris, Obina, Francis, Wisdom, Emmanuel. Does anybody want to talk? Okay, I think I'll point out news. What's up, Wisdom? Hello, Wisdom, Sumadina.
Yeah, good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. So, do you have any questions? Is there anything you want me to go over from the last two classes?
Yeah, I actually chatted you on WhatsApp earlier today when you helped me
Yeah,
out on.
yeah. Okay. Okay, so that was the only challenge.
Yeah, can you hear
I,
me?
yeah, I can hear you now. What did you say?
I said that I chatted you earlier today when you helped me out on something.
Yeah. So apart from that,
So yeah, so but when I was trying to complete my in class work because my system went off when during the class.
okay.
So I was trying to complete the to catch up. Then in my lab, this thing, I noticed that because I have OKX, I don't know if it's because I have OKX extension. OKS Connect is showing on my tab beside the two browsers and agents. So I was trying to know why it is showing, but it is not showing on your own. Whether it's a is issue with my system or is it just normal?
Okay, so the possible reason for that is that maybe OKX supports Starknet. It supports Starknet. So because you're trying to connect, is every available extension on your laptop that supports Starknet is going to be popped up for you to connect, so for you to make a choice. But the two most popular are agents and browsers. So that could be the issue. Why it's not showing on my end is that I don't use the OKX extension on my laptop. So that's why.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Then
So
there's some other thing that I encountered.
okay.
So when I was trying to, especially when I was trying to get implement that get all students that you did.
Okay.
So yeah, when I when I did this thing, when I was done implementing it, then I went back to my local host.
Okay.
It's no longer showing that app is so it's now turned to on handled runtime error. I don't know the reason why.
Okay, you said that you're trying to run the get all students. They were having runtime error.
Mm, I don't know the reason why.
Okay, so are you on your laptop? Is it possible to share your screen?
Hear me?
Okay, or can you send a screenshot of your code snippet on the group chat and I would open it up.
Okay, so I'll do that.
Yes. Or please just instead of doing that, can we just share your screen?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm using phone, so I'll just on my camera and then pointing to my screen on my laptop. Hope is okay.
Or I think I will just go through the process from my computer and you can see what you are doing wrong.
Okay, so
So he's asking that he's probably having an issue with getting all students. So the first thing I want you to confirm is that you have to always make sure we're making use of this hook. Use contract read, right? And use contract read needs to be imported first of all on top of your page. Then I hope you have use clients. So after that, this is where we use the hook. So this hook returns the following argument. It returns a data, is loading, refetch, and is refetching. And we renamed everything here. This is when we renamed it. So in order to make use of this use contract read hook, we have the following arguments to pass. We pass the function name, the arguments array, the ABI, and the address, and the contract address. So then we console.log all the students. Then we have a conditional statement, conditional ranging statement. Okay, sorry. Let me increase the size. Okay. So okay. Um so let me hide my terminal. Okay. So we have this. So in order for us to use the use contract read hook, we need to pass in the following arguments, such as function name, arguments, ABI, and the contract address in which we are reading from. So the function name we are calling is get all students. This function does not have any arguments to be passed in, so that's why it's an empty array. For the ABI, we are going to be using the ABI that we imported. You know that we changed the ABI, so that could be the issue in the last class. So I updated the ABI because I updated the contract. So you can get this latest ABI from the in-class branch. The latest update to the in-class branch has the correct ABI. So we have the ABI and the contract address. So what is next? Then we have this conditional statement here, conditional ranging here that says whenever we are loading the students or we are refreshing the students, we want to show a loading component with the message fetching students. If not, we want to display the normal information. That is the balance, the total students, the table, and so on. So, and in total students, we pass in the all students or length. And when you're passing it, you make sure you put this question mark here. So this is like optional chaining where only if and only when all students is available, that's when we want to read the length. Then we have the students table where we pass in the students prop. So we're saying if they are students, we want to pass the students. If not, we want to pass an empty array. The same thing goes for this students table control where we pass the counts. Only when there are students, we want to pass the all students dot length. If not, we want to pass 0. Then we have the handle refresh students, where we call the handle refresh that is given to us from use contract read. So we have this refresh, which we have renamed to refresh students. Then that is basically it. So I don't know if you have been able to discover what you are doing wrong. Wisdom. Wisdom, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. The network, my network left, but I've repositioned my router, so I
Okay.
was off some seconds.
Okay. So I was saying that I feel like maybe a probability is that maybe your ABI is not updated. So you should check your ABI. The ABI, I've updated the ABI in the in-class branch. So you can get the latest ABI version there. Then you have to check that maybe that you're doing it exactly the way it is. So I've updated the in-class branch so that you can go through it and see the probable error that's happening. So yeah, you shouldn't be getting any error from that. So yeah. But did you have any was there any other issue apart from that?
No, not really. I ran into that runtime error, so I just lost the zeal to just continue and say that I'll ask about it in the class.
Okay. All right, no problem. Okay, hello Onyekachi. How are you doing? Could you unmute your mic? So does anybody have any other question from the previous classes that we've had? Um, welcome back, Chisom, Oluwafemi, Weaver, Wilfred. So Oluwafemi, can you unmute? Tell us like what the experience has been in the past two classes. If there are any issues that you faced.
Um, Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Um, I decided to read. Well, I've been reading the docs for Starknet kits and Starknet JS. So I'm
Okay.
trying to build up something simple, just like a connect wallet feature, and then from there build up.
And from there, what?
Just build up from there. From there, I'll connect to some contracts I've written before,
Okay.
and
And
yeah.
how have the classes? The classes on Monday and how did the classes go Monday and Wednesday? Did you have any
Yeah,
concern?
no, not really. They were all right. They were
Okay.
they were insightful. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Chisom? Chisom Lovett. Chisom, are you here? Okay, she's not here. How about you, Wilfred? Obina. Obina, do you have any questions of from the previous class?
Good evening, sir. Can you hear me?
Good evening.
Uh, no any questions so far. I've been following the class, and sometimes my network will just is, but for now, no question.
Okay, but were you able to go through the recordings?
Not really, but I was able to from the class. I got the GitHub link and the rest. So I'm just waiting so that, and if I'm going through it, I will just um, work together with what I'm having. It's just that this light issue is even in my area is very bad. So discouraging
Okay.
me from using system and everything. But I'm following the class.
Okay, no problem. Um, okay, Wilfred, I got your message. So for those that do not we're having issues connecting, you can the recordings are available on YouTube. So you should just go through each of them, and I'm always available. You have my number, just text me and I'll be sure to answer any of your concerns. So how are you doing, Chris?
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Good evening.
All right. Just like Wilfred said, I think I'm having same issue with him. I'm still trying to catch up some things, though. It's a bit confusing to me at this moment, to be honest. But with the recordings on YouTube, I think I'm gonna reach to the level at which you guys are now. So, but so far, like what you guys are, I'm just seeing the action, but not understanding anything. But I'll still go through because I missed some due to network issues. You grab. So that's it. I don't know because no, I'm not usually active on WhatsApp. I don't know, sir. If you don't mind, like dropping your number on this chat so I can have it.
All right, no problem. Okay, so that's all from your end.
Yes. I'll still go through the YouTube recordings.
Okay, that's fine. Chisom, are you still here?
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir.
So, how has it
So,
been?
I would say fine. Though I had network issue the other day and coupled with light issue as well. But I was able to go through the recordings and I'm following up a bit.
Okay. Okay, so how can we how can I be of help for moving to a bit to following very well? Was there any part that was confusing for you?
For now, the ones that I've went through, no, for now. But I'm not
Okay.
yet done with the recordings, sir. Because of lights. We don't have lights for this one.
No problem, that's fine.
Alright. Thank you,
Um,
sir.
okay. What's up, Emmanuel? Okay. How are you? Emmanuel,
Yes, I'm here. I'm here.
yeah. How's it been going?
So far so good. So far so good. But I need more practice. I need
Yeah.
more practice. Yeah. That's the only challenge I have now. I need more practice. I need more time. But so far I'm getting everything. Whatever I really don't understand, I just know that I've not really practiced it well.
Yeah. So like the key for every developer is consistency and practice. So
Sure.
practice is always going to give you an edge because with practice you are constantly developing yourself and you are seeing things that you were not seeing before. So I I encourage that keep on practicing. If you hit any roadblocks, feel free to like text the group and I'll be sure to reply. So um how about you? Tochuku?
Uh, so far so good. Oh. I still need time to digest the whole thing because I missed the first section and I think like starting to like integrating this front end on the Starknet is like there was no it did not start from you did not build the whole project from beginning. You just implement. So I had to digest each part of the whole components to really understand what's actually going on there. So, but I'm still taking my time to go through it.
Okay. So for the first sessions recording, I tried to explain like the whole code base that was available. So maybe you could just I know that it might be hard for people that need to Next.js to kind of grasp it at first. But if you are willing to go like the extra mile, you could actually take up a small crash course on Next.js so that you can probably understand it. So you don't really have to understand it at first, but as you look at it, look at other things, you'll be able to get it eventually. So no pressure. So Emmanuel, you raised your hand.
Please, can you recommend any resource for crash course on Next.js? It will be very useful.
Okay.
Yes, oh, yes, oh.
So I won't recommend you going to Next.js first of all. I would recommend that you start off with JavaScript. So there are a lot of courses that you could check out for JavaScript. There's this place I like to use. I like to use Udemy. So Udemy has some amazing courses that you can use. So let me try and load that up right now. Okay. So so uh, so for JavaScript, I would recommend this course, Complete JavaScript course by Jonas Schmidtman. So this course is about 78 hours long, about 80 hours long. So it's going to give you a complete guide on JavaScript. So it's a course I'd highly recommend because this was the course I used to get ahead in JavaScript. Then when you're done with JavaScript, you can go to he also has a React and Next.js course right here. So you could just go right to. So I think I will just share the link on the chat so that you guys can have that also. Then you can also check the Next.js documentation. So yeah, they go hand in hand. So yeah, but personally I prefer to use courses. There may be documentation later. So yeah, anyone that works for you. So those are the two courses I'd actually recommend. So you start off with JavaScript. That's if you know HTML and CSS. But if you don't know HTML and CSS, you also so if you don't know HTML and CSS, he also has a course on HTML and CSS. So you could start from there. So yeah. So
Please, does it have anything on TypeScript? You know, the world is going towards TypeScript now.
okay, so TypeScript is not really complicated. So with if you master your JavaScript well, TypeScript is something that as you practice, you get the hang of it. It's not as complicated as you think. But there are also some courses that you can take on Udemy for TypeScript. But TypeScript is something that if you know JavaScript, you can learn in like 2-3 hours. You can just get the basics. Then as you practice, you get more familiar with it.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Is there any other question? So Sumadina, what's up?
Okay, sir. This thing finally showed up. I think I missed some imports.
Okay.
So
So is it
I'm
working now?
all right now. Thank you very much.
That's cool. So it happens. There's sometimes you face bugs and errors. So you just have to tackle them. Look at it very well and read in between the lines. So how about you, Unzubechi? Unzubechi, are you online? Hello? We can't hear you. Okay, I think maybe it's having network issues. If your network is back, you can leave a thumbs up so I can get back to you. So, Francis, Monica Francis, have I asked you before?
No, I haven't.
Okay, so how is it? How has it been going?
Well, so far, it has been going okay for me. It has actually been going okay. This
Okay.
last class, I would say, was actually
I say the class I followed very well. This one I followed very well. Just that during your first class, I was doing something during the first class, so I wasn't able to follow completely as much as I would like.
Okay.
And the second one I had was having network issues, so I got cut off there. I wasn't able to join back again during the
Okay.
second class. So yeah, I will still have to go over. I've not gone over the recordings yet, but I will still go over them. But
Okay.
so far, actually, overall, this last class was actually the one I focused on, guys. I flowed very well in this last one.
Okay, no problem. Uzbechi is like you're back. So how's it been going? Uzbechi. I think he still has. Hello? Okay. So let's go. How about you, Pascal?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Um,
Uzubechi, you can, if you can't talk, you can type it out for me. Then I will read it out. So Pascal, continue. Sorry.
okay. So last week I had a whole saga. My laptop spoiled while using it in front of my
Okay.
eyes. So
Oh.
although I've read about the Starknet dogs, maybe I think last 2 weeks or 3 weeks, and I know about React. I know React. I know how to type React.
Okay.
So, and I went to school again. I studied UNN. I went to school on Monday for clearance. So I have not had time for either classes. Why I'm here now is because it's the last class. I just try my best to manage and enter because I just finished clearance a few hours ago. So I was very tired. But I had to come to this class. But after today's class, I'll try and check what was done on Monday and on Wednesday and see if it corresponds with what I've read in the docs already.
All right, no problem.
Okay, sir.
So, how about you, Prosper Williams?
Sorry, boss. I just joined now. Can you please repeat the question?
Okay, so I'm asking everybody how the past two classes have been.
Yeah.
If there are any questions you have or concerns, or maybe was I too fast, or if you have if you have anything you want me to re-explain again. So that's what we're just catching up on the classes so far.
Oh, like for me, it was okay because I already used Next.js for front end, so it was easy for me to understand. I just need to like
Okay,
go back to them later. Like I just need to go back to them later and go over the read part again, and I know I'll get it.
okay, no problem, that's fine. So how about you, Somtochukwu?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, what's up?
I'm good, so um well, good evening everyone. As for me, well, network has been an issue, but I won't say I'm really lagging behind when it comes to front-end development because I've worked with React and Next.js before, and I've built dApps before. So, but what I think I need to catch up with is I believe you can hear me, sir.
Yeah, I can hear you perfectly.
Okay. What I think I need to catch up with is like the Starknet philosophy when it comes to building front end or integrating with the front end. Because actually I was in class on Monday, but one thing led to the other thing. I left the class. Yeah,
Okay.
so that's it, sure.
Okay. No problem. That's cool. So, how about you, Weaver?
I'm audible.
Yeah, I can
Am I
hear
audible?
you.
All right. So before we, I think so far,
You said what?
I don't really had any issues. Like I'm okay with the classes. I don't really had any issues, and the two classes were okay.
All right, no problem. How about you, Wilfred? Have we heard from you?
I was the one that typed in the
Okay.
live chat. Yes.
Okay. As you said, you're still going through the recording.
Yes, I'm still going through them.
All
I'll
right.
be done soonest.
All right. No problem. So, how about you, Kojo? I think you're the last person that we've not heard from. Kojo, are you here?
I think the guy speaks French. He's from the French. All these from Benin.
Okay. All right, no problem. So, maybe you had a question, but we've skipped you. This is like the last chance. Not the last chance, but you get what I mean. Do you have any? Maybe something came to you while we are asking other people. Do you have any questions? Is everything clear? Is there anything else you would want to say? So I'm leaving it open. Okay, what's up? Tochuku?
Okay, so sorry, I wanted to ask if there is a documentation that explain the whole steps from beginning, like from scratch, on how to
Okay.
integrate the content to Starknet. Yeah.
Okay, so for the two tools that we have that we use, you can read the documentation for each of them. For Starknet React, we made use of mostly Starknet React. So in Starknet React, you can whenever you want to read about use balance, you can come here, read it. You can look at the data, the arguments taken, what it returns, and so on. So it's very, very detailed on what all of it means. Then we also have the use read contracts. Then we have the use accounts. Those are the ones that we use. So it has the same structure. We have the use connect, use disconnect. So you can read about it and you can easily apply it. So the documentations are very easy to read and easy to understand. So we also have for Starknet JS. So yeah, so you can get started and you can get all the information you need right here. So yeah, so that's it. And the repo is also public, so you can look at it. So is that clear to Chuku?
Yeah.
All right, sure. So does anybody have anything else to say? Okay, so if there's nothing else to say, then I'll be going through the assignments that we have. So for those that are just joining, if you go to the okay, who is okay, Somto Chuku.
Yeah, please. I missed some classes, so I was going to ask if the major project has been assigned or something.
If the major project has been assigned,
Yeah, like final project or something like that.
okay, the assignments.
Final assignments, yeah.
And so that's what I'm going to be talking about now. The assignment for this week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so so as I was saying, for those that just came, if you go to the repo, you notice that there's a branch called assignment. So when you clone it to your machine, just check out this assignment branch. And when you run it, and when you spin up the server, it should look like this. No, okay. Okay, the link. Okay, so I shared it before. So Also, I got a question from Wisdom today on. He said that when he forked the repo, he could not have access to the other branches. So whenever you want to fork a repo and you're interested in other branches of that repo, you click on fork like this. Then there's this checkbox here. If this checkbox is checked, only the main branch will be forked. But if you want all the branches, you need to uncheck this before you create the fork. So that is something that most people have issues with. So I hope that clears up that. So for the link, uh, okay, 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 Wisdom, I'm going to send everything to the group. So let me just note that. And okay, I'll send everything to the group later. So if you go to the branch, so after you've cloned it and checked out to the assignment branch, it looks like this. It looks the same. The only difference is that we have these icons now. We have for every student, we have an edit icon that edits the students. Then we have a delete icon meant for deletion of students. So the assignment is simple. I have if you go to the read the assignments.md, you have an assignment.md here. So it contains the details of what you need to do. So for the assignment for front-end integration, you have to do the following. The first thing you need to do is implement the functionality to edit a student by making use of the update student function in the contract. Implement the functionality to delete a student by making use of the delete student function in the contract. Note, the delete student function does not actually delete the student, but rather sets the is active property to false. So if you go to the contracts, so the contracts are available so that you can look at how the contract is structured. So if you go to the contract, we have a student struct. This is how the student struct comes. If from the previous class we had, every student has an ID, a first name, a last name, phone number, age, and is active, right? And this is active is set to is a Boolean value. And by default, whenever you are creating a student, every student is active. But whenever you delete a student, the is active prop is set to false. So you need to implement that. And in the contract, we already have these functions available for us. We have an update students function. That's for the editing. Then we have a delete students function, right? A delete students function. So you just need to perform write operations through your front end with the with the um with the arguments passed. So you see that for the update students, we need to pass the index, the first name, the last name, the phone number, and the age. So that's what you need to do. So the delete student set is active to false. So also when implementing this functionality, there should be a pop-up, a pop-up. It should be a pop-up that asks the user whether they are sure they want to delete the students or not. So if you notice, if you see when you want to edit a student, you see that this modal is a pop-up or a modal. So we are saying that when you click on this delete, we want a similar modal, but the modal just says, are you sure you want to delete these students? Then it should be a button confirm or reject. So when you confirm, it should perform the delete operation. So then the next thing, updates the front page to have a sort drop down in which a user can sort the students according to active students, inactive students, or all students. So for a fourth task, I also want you to update update the students table to have a column for status. Status can either be active or inactive, like this. So this is what, so for this number 4, what you need to do is that in this table, maybe after age, there should be a status column. So the status can either read active or inactive. So maybe the active can be green, but the inactive should be red. So yes. Also, if if a student is inactive, the edit and delete icons should not be available. Yeah, so whenever a student is inactive, we want these two icons to be hidden. So that deals with conditional rendering. So that is basically it for the assignments. I don't know if are there any questions? Do you think it's too taxing? So Wisdom, you said I will talk about the new implementations I did. I didn't do any new implementation. So I didn't really do any new implementation. I just added these buttons here. So if you go to, so where you can find the buttons, if you go to the repo and you go to the students table row, you see this. Okay, you see this edit control components like this. So this is where you would be implementing your edit. So there's a form. This handles the form. So there's going to be a function handle submit or handle edits. So you just perform a write operation here. Also in this row, you see a button here for the trash icon. So this is where you attach an on click handle delete. Then you define the function up here, and that's basically all that I did. Yeah. So exactly. So if you have any questions, please unmute or send a message in the chat. So this recording is going to be available. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so sorry, this thing you built is it also responsive on the media script, like on phone screen?
No, I didn't go that far. So it's not responsive. But if you want to make it responsive, that's a plus for you.
Okay.
Yeah. But it doesn't really need to be responsive. So is there any question regarding the assignments? So I have a little note here. Said for all UI updates, make sure to stick with the current existing style guide. What do I mean by this? So I don't want a situation where maybe when creating the pop-up for the delete, I'll be seeing a gold color or a purple color. If you look at this theme, we have a blue, white, and black theme going on. So you should always like try and you should fit your colors and your text according to what is currently available. That's what I mean by sticking to the style guide. So yeah, that is basically it. So and I mentioned the sort. So maybe the sort icon can be somewhere here. So let me show you what I mean by this sort, like the sorting functionality. So Okay. So um so we have this Wikipedia too. So for the sorting, so basically there's going to be a drop down that will have so defaults. There'll be a active students, inactive students, defaults, active, inactive. So whenever I change to inactive, I want the table to mutate to only show the active students. And when I change it to inactive, it should change to only show inactive students. And if I set it to default, it should show all the students. So that's what I mean by the sorting functionality. So that is basically it. I don't know. Is there any other question that you want to ask, or but if you have any questions regarding the assignment, you can always drop it in the group chat and I'll respond immediately.
Yeah, good evening. I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, for the drop down, are we free to use any component library like Chatty and all?
Okay, yeah, you can use it, but just make sure it sticks to the style guide. So, right? So is there any other question? Okay.
Sorry, please come again with this style guide. Like,
Okay.
I want to be clear with it.
So for the style guide, what I mean is that you can see that in this application now we have the major colors we have are blue. We have this blue color and white. So just imagine maybe like this edits now. The color of this button is now purple, or maybe bright red or something. So you see that it doesn't really fit with the whole application. So yeah, that's what I mean by that. So you just make sure that it just fits. It just fits to the application. So make it like your text not be too big. It should just follow
like staying consistent with the color, right?
Yeah, with the colors, with the sizing and everything.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. So if you build and maybe you finish, you can actually demo it and post the video on Twitter, then you tag me, then I'll repost and interact with it. So yeah, that is basically it. If you have any other questions, you can chat me up on the group chat or personally, and I will respond.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to ask, can you just go to this and like, how about the loader? Like, you also built it yourself, right?
Yeah. I built the loader myself. You don't like it?
No, it's fine.
Okay. So did I build it? Like I didn't really build it myself per se, because I used for the animation, I got it from a library. So if you go to the loading.jsx, there's this library called React Spinners. So I just call the components with a size and a color, then I just pass the message. It's not really me. So yeah. So for the loading, make sure you use this loading components. No need to create a new one. So yeah. Does anybody have any other question or concerns? So I'm excited for this assignment and I really want to see you try your best. Along when attempting this assignment, you're going to hit a lot of roadblocks and errors. But try and just face them head on, talk to your colleagues or text on the group chat and I'll respond. So yes, that is basically it. So this is like last chance for questions or anything you want to see before we call it a night. Okay, since there's nothing to say, thank you for coming to today's class. I hope you're able to get more insights on everything and you're able to understand front-end integration better on Starknet. So I wish you good luck on the assignment and your journey later in the Starknet development world. And thanks for coming again. So that will be all. Good night. Till next time.
Good night, sir.
This got still a record.